Ready to head on your journey to the savage planet? Here are 5 useful tips before you leave your spaceship for the first time. Don't let Journey to the Savage Planet's colourful nature fool you. Exploring and cataloguing a brand new world comes with a fresh set of challenges. And while grappling effortlessly across floating islands is a delight, things can get seriously risky. For you though, we've braved this bold new world, died at the hands or claws of its inhabitants, and come back with a few things to think about before you leave the safe confines of your ship. Here then are 5 useful tips for Journey to the Savage Planet.
But I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I'm sure you're very excited to explore. So I wish you good luck!
A whole new planet to explore. Fresh life, untold riches across an alien world. Kill it. Kill it all. I don't care how big its eyes are, how adorable it looks when it's wandering around with its explosive friends, or even if it does this when you shoot it. Journey to the Savage Planet makes it exceptionally easy to make murderous choices simply because all of the fauna here is made of stuff. And that stuff is what you need to craft bigger and better gear. Just like real science, all of these wandering feathered eyeballs and sky jellyfish are made of elements that you can satisfyingly collect once they've gone to meet their maker. Sure, some of them don't actually attack you unless you attack them, aforementioned sky jellyfish not included, but when it comes down to not having an improved visor because you chose to save a fluffy ET-alike from death, you're going to wish you'd ground it up to make your bread. Or at least used it to open a door. Different enemies offer up different elements, so keep an eye out for rarer creatures for free supplies of aluminium and silicon instead of the far more plentiful carbon. And I'm going to say it now, while it's very tempting to do this, and this, and oh yes, this, just remember that you aren't going to get all the fun from their insides if you send them to the abyss. Maybe it goes without saying, but planet exploration isn't all about following that yellow marker. You're taking a bold new step for mankind after all, even if mankind didn't give you enough fuel to get back off your new planet, and if you don't find some, you'll never go home. Which is why wandering off the beaten track is so essential. Firstly, you're going to want to find as much orange goo as possible and smash it into your face. Not only does it just look absurdly pleasing before you eat it, orange goo will level you up and upgrade your health bar. This comes in exceptionally handy when you end up battling foes significantly bigger than the fluffy versions you first encounter. Some blobs of orange goo are out in the open and just hidden in plain sight, while others are lurking juicily behind smashable walls. So make sure you wander around each area to maximise what I'm going to assume isn't your vitamin C intake. And it's not just health you'll want. Various alien alloys are scattered across the planet too that will unlock new crafting recipes. While you'll find some as part of the main story and primary campaign, others are up to you to discover. Not only are the recipes exceptionally useful for better gear and thus more critter murder, there's a very satisfying animation as you pop each alloy into your 3D printer.
I have unlocked several new blueprints in your 3D printer. It's like Christmas over here.
I know a whole new planet to explore. Who has time to go back to a spaceship that won't even fly you back to Earth anyway? But it is important to teleport back to your javelin occasionally to bank your loot and check what new gear you can craft. Just like real life, banking is exceptionally important, as everything you collect stays on you and doesn't just float up to a magical safe cloud. If you die, your loot and all those lovely shaped elements die with you. Well, on you. So the good news is that you can always head back to the scene of the crime and get all your stuff back. Just like No Man's Sky, your collectibles have been happily boxed up and placed at the site of your demise. So you just need to follow the handy box icon via your teleporter and head to the right place. It's easy to see and even labelled in yellow. And hey, when you get there, you can even bury your poor body and make a grave. Rest in peace, me. Let me just take all your stuff back to my ship and ignore this existential crisis. Speaking of those, you'll want to stick your head into your ship every so often just to watch a series of unique trailers for some future products you just didn't know you, well, needed.
Bad thoughts? Wipe them. Ill feelings? Wipe them. Tragic memories? Wipe them. Wipe them all away with Brainwipe's disposable neural restimulation membrane.
So, to save you the embarrassment of repeatedly burying your own body, the first thing you'll want to learn is dodge. It turns out that a quick sidestep left, or indeed right, is all you'll need to avoid any incoming slime, misery, or extendable tongues. And it's especially handy early in the game when your health is painfully low and you haven't leveled anything up yet. Combat-wise, you'll end up blasting in every direction, but it's wise to keep an eye on explosive creatures. They can quite often set off a chain reaction that's useful for your element collection, but not your health bar. Oh, some creatures too are wearing solid helmets and hats, but you can always laugh in the face of those if you've got an acid plant to hand. And yes, I know they don't attack you first, but look, stuff to make things. Stop judging me. And finally, don't forget to get your scanner out to find out exactly what's making this world tick.
Exactly like a normal squid, except for its aerial properties and size and everything about it.
Sometimes you'll just get a funny yet informative tidbit of lore. Why do I feel so seen by a Voltivore pimple? But other times, you'll find out that you're passing by something useful. Scan a nice colourful rock, for instance, and you'll find out that it's actually just a huge vein of elements that you need for crafting. So keep an eye out for smashables, and you'll never run out of materials. Alternatively, you could always head back to a tree and find out that it's got hallucinogenic fruit, and that was why your first death was a haze of explosive creatures and psychedelic colours. It's a good life lesson.
Goodbye, and thank you for your service.
So, that's 5 handy tips to know about Journey to the Savage Planet before you clamber out of your spaceship. Let us know if you have any hints in the comments below, drop us a like if you enjoyed this colourful trip to space, and subscribe to Logitech G for more new game coverage just like this. If you do already subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know when our next video lands.
Meet Buddy, the Snuggly Playmate from Slimo.